Being McDonald's, there are many stakeholders who have very strong opinions on how we share information to our consumers and to the society in general, and that responsibility we attempt to take really seriously. The key word for us is very much about transparency. Transparency around the nutritional content of our food, around sustainability and allergens. First, I'd like to share some examples on how we share information with our guests today. But first, of course, information today is in abundance, and the challenge is about getting the right information to the right people at the right time. So it's not just about information, it's about better information that is the theme of today. Currently, what we do, we in our restaurants have what we call tray liners, the very low-tech solution where we have nutritional content on our food in all our restaurants today. This is, as I said, very low-tech, but still gives a good starting point for our guests to talk about the nutritional value and the allergens of our food when they eat and dine in our restaurants. We have brochures in the at our counters, front counters, where people order the food, which is also very low-tech, but still work quite well and also enables us to tell our sustainability story. Then on the more high-tech side, we have an app which 500,000 Danes have on their smartphones, where they can easily access all the nutritional content of our food. And then we are in the process of migrating to self-ordering kiosks in all our restaurants, very much across the globe, but also in Denmark. And we are right now learning how to leverage these self-ordering kiosks also to give information to our guests in the purchase situation. Of course, not Alibaba, but Facebook is very popular in Denmark, and we run one of the largest Facebook pages in Denmark, where we have the responsibility to our consumers, our guests, and our stakeholders to reply to questions within a few hours. And believe me, we receive a lot of questions around food, nutrition, food quality, and sustainability. And the key word for us when engaging on Facebook is, of course, transparency and dialogue. So that was just a few examples of how we use information to our guests on a day-to-day basis. But we, of course, attempt to continuously improve, and lately we have adopted what we call the outside-in approach, where we start by listening to our guests and our stakeholders, and then engage in dialogue, and then find meaningful solutions to our food. And what's good about a dialogue is that you actually listen to what the people are saying regarding food sourcing, etc. So recently we just launched 2 meal salads in our restaurants in the month of May, where we use this outside-in approach and engage in a dialogue with our guests. And we think that actually turned into a very positive case for us. The history is that we have been attempting to sell salads and whole grain products for quite some years, but they've never really become a commercial success. This time we took the new approach. So we did invite around 50 of our guests, of the what we call low-frequency guests, to a salad co-creation session, where we matched and tasted ingredients that our salad suppliers could supply, together with a chef who was the moderator. There was also discussion about what is a good salad, a good meal salad, both in terms of taste, calories, and texture, and that created a lot of interesting insights for us. The learnings that we got from our consumers was that today they focus on taste very much, and also on nutritional value rather than just calories alone. They want multiple choices, and they want transparency. This whole session was led by the food culture, which is part of the Danish food ministry, which also organized this whole event here. The food culture took our marketing and innovation department through a culinary course, taught us about ingredients and nutritional content, and taught us basically to work with food in a better way. And that helped bring together these 2 meal salads that we launched 4 months ago, and we are now selling 5 times as much salad as we ever did with the old recipe developed by ourselves. So, to sum it up, better information is obviously a constant challenge, but it starts by listening to your stakeholders and listening to your guests. Share the information that they find relevant on platforms they prefer and in a format that they find interesting. And our experience is dialogue and transparency is inevitable. So show that you listen and take needed actions. In other words, if you want to listen to someone, we must start by listening to ourselves. So that was the 5-minute speech for me.